Good morning. Hello, 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 my sunshines, my sunbeams. It is another Sunday with Tea with the Queen. I don't know what episode we're on, so I don't know why, but I'm nervous again today. I haven't been nervous to do this in a long time, but today I'm nervous again. All right, so how was y'all week? I hope you had a good week. I know I talked with a couple people who watched the show, and I know it was a little bit trying for some of us. I actually had a good week. It just, yeah, I had a good week. I had a really good week. Um, and here's the more. So let's get into our singing roles. Let's get our energy right. And then we could talk about the tea because I showed him make none today. I was not feeling it. I wasn't feeling making any tea today, but which don't judge me because I know it's called Tea with the Queen. But I just wasn't feeling it. That being said, do what you feel. If the energy ain't right with it, don't do it. That always feels good. All right, so clearly I'm in a different setting. I'm in my room today because I didn't feel like being in the other room. Maybe that's why I'm so nervous because my ancestors aren't in the room with me. Well, I mean, they technically they're everywhere you go, but they're altered and physically in the room with me, so maybe that's why. But I just did not feel like being outside of my little secluded area today. I also feel like Patricia, my little peace plant, is going to feel some type of way next week. So if you see her being extra, you know why, and it's because Tina was in. Tina got to be the star of the show today. So we'll see how she feels about that. But like I said, she perked right on back up right after the episode. Whatever. All right. Today's episode is about communication with your ancestors, communication with yourself, the people around you, and your universe. So I took a trip last night. I took a trip last night, and I normally don't, um, or I normally haven't. Let me put it like that. I haven't in the past done that with other people. But last night I did it with this guy that I had been around before. I'm still getting to know him, but I had been around him before. And let me say, I didn't want this guy that I had been around before and have been around like all week, mind you. So I kind of have a feel for his energy or whatever. And I met one of his friends last night, which is this girl her energy was amazing. Um, Also, she just got her apartment and her part, like she just put her furniture in. It was so beautiful. Good luck to her and everything she's doing. I'm so proud to see Black women doing, just living their best lives and doing everything it is that they want to do. So that was lovely. Okay, so back to the trip. um, and just back to the day in general, I noticed a lot of things about his energy was off because I'd spent the whole day with him. And the days before, his energy was very loving and very nurturing. Whereas yesterday, it was very confusing. Like you'd be one way with me and then you'd be another. And it was just kind of like, okay, we're taking note. I also noticed that we saw like two car crashes when we were out. And that kind of made me feel some type of way too. Because I mean, yeah, you're gonna see a car crash, but two of them in the way that we saw them, like the people had gone off the road and hit the like side metal median on the highway, and it was just kind of weird to me anyway. But I noticed little things like that about my environment. So that's me. Whatever. I could be just looking more into things, but I don't think that I am. So anyway, if y'all think I am, y'all can message me and tell me about myself. That's fine. So anyway, again, back to the trip. So he's a DJ. So he started kind of DJing music while like we're going into um, the trip. And like we both had, me and the other girl, who shall remain to be named. What should we call her? What should we call her and what should we call him? We will call her Aussie. We will call her Aussie. And we will call him. mm, I don't know. We will call him Aries. There we go. So Ozzy and I kind of had to tell him like, yo, the music is like, I don't know, it's not where it's supposed to be. Like you need to kind of, because he was listening to trap music and other kinds of stuff, and it was just like, okay, this isn't really like when you're starting to go into it. To me anyway. Again, these are just my feelings, my vibes. Everybody has their own. Um, everybody takes their own trips in their own ways. It's their life, it's their universe, it's their world, and it really is a way of creating and manifesting, which is why I did it, because it opens up the universe to you and allows you to, like, the universe is liquid and you can control it and manipulate it the ways that you want to do so, even on this plane. I know this physical plane is obviously solid, but it's liquid. And you can control and move this hoe. And yes, when you're swimming, there's a little bit of resistance, but if you keep swimming, you're still going to get to where you got to go. Sometimes there are waves, sometimes the water is still. But either way, if you keep swimming, you're going to get to where you got to go. So, anyway, when you're when you're in your trip, you have the power to just close your eyes and kind of manifest your own world if you so choose to, or you can keep your eyes open and stay here and just kind of see that things aren't exactly as they seem, if that makes sense. But I was trying to create something. So I'm going to close my eyes and create something. Not something. I wasn't trying either. I did. I created what the fuck I started out to create. And I loved it. That being said, music has energy. Everything has energy. I tell y'all that all the time. And his like he put the music on. Aries put the music on, or was adding stuff, and we were like, yeah, no, this ain't it. So then he kind of tried to put other stuff on, but even in that, like he was not where we were. And I thought it was just me because, again, I hadn't met Aussie before. So I didn't know what I could, I know what I was picking up energetically, but I didn't know if I was correct in that. So I kind of just minded my business. And so like I told him like two or three times, like there was a couple times where she was crying. And he was like, yo, you good? And he would just start laughing at her and things like that. And I'm like, yo, like let her chill. Let her do what she's doing. And I would tell her, like, if you're crying, it's because you emotionally need to release things. So cry, get it out, let it go. Because again, if you close your eyes, you can be in a different, you're in your own universe. So you're feeling what you're feeling. And even in your own universe, you can interact with other people's universes, which is what basically he was doing, but he was just doing it in kind of a, I hate to say it, a negative way. Like he was just so noisy. And it made me realize like not well, yeah, I guess I can't say that I've realized it before because like I said, I haven't gone on a trip with other people before. um, the way his world was reacting with mine didn't sit well with me. I didn't like it. And then if I try and communicate that to you and you're still like on 10, it's too much. You know what I mean? But it also made me realize like there's a lot of things that are happening in these universes and in these on these planes that you're on. And while no, it's not technically real, the energy that is present in that universe is real in this world and on this plane. So if you're feeling somebody's energy and you're feeling that it's off, you're feeling confusion, you're feeling um, turmoil or stress, noisiness, while you're being peaceful, that's real in this life too. That's like the universe is showing you who that person is in their spirit, if that makes sense. I hope I'm making sense because I know like I know that yeah, I know this might be a lot, but I'm trying to like explain that you can communicate. How do I say this? While you're tripping, obviously you can communicate easier with the planes and with the universe. But you can do these same things in real life without these things as well. And how you choose to show up with the things you choose to accept, if you don't communicate to the universe what you want, or you can actually, let me say it, let me change that. You can communicate to the universe what you want, but if you choose to accept other things outside of what you've communicated, you're still not going to get what you want because you're double-minded. You're being double-minded and you're being unstable. Like, okay, I can sit here and say, let's think. I can sit here and say, I want a relationship. I want to be in a stable, loving relationship. I want to build, I want to create, I want to manifest with a person, right? But if I'm sitting here telling the universe that, yet I'm playing games with every single man that comes into my my universe and that the universe sends me, am I really actually communicating that I want a relationship, or am I communicating that I'm confused and I don't know what I want? Does that make sense? And you're never going to get what you want if you continue to do that. Make your mind up, know what you want, stand firm on that. Stop being double-minded, stop being unstable, and go for what you want. Don't be scared of the things that you say you want, because the fuck you scared for real. Also, when it comes to people in your universe, when it comes to people in reality, Tell people how you feel. Don't be passive aggressive. As women, we tend to be passive aggressive about the way we feel about things, or we feel like, let me just keep it in. Let me not talk about what's going on with me. My feelings are hurt, or I'm feeling some type of way. I'm feeling insecure. I'm feeling um, strife. I'm feeling whatever the hell you're feeling. You can be feeling loved and still not want to talk about that shit. You can be feeling whatever, but whatever you're feeling, if you have someone that you are like your friends, your family, your loved ones, your children, whatever you're feeling, you need to make sure that you're communicating those things to those people, because they're not mind readers. And you being passive aggressive about the things that you feel, nobody's ever going to give you the thing again. The universe can't give you what you want if you're not vocalizing it and actively putting that energy into the universe. So if I'm sitting up here telling you like, yo, I'm not gonna, I want a good job. I'm not gonna, I think we talked about this like on the first episode, but I'm really getting in depth with it. When it comes to communicating, I can tell you, I can tell the universe, I want a good job. I want to not settle. But the moment that any job comes and falls in my lap, I just take it and run with it. And I didn't get the salary that I wanted. I didn't get the benefits that I wanted. I didn't get the schedule that I wanted. Well, did you want a good job or did you just want a job? I thought you said you weren't going to settle, because that's exactly what you're doing. So, what do you think you're telling the universe? What do you think you're telling the people around you? Or I can tell, let me think about that. Let me think about how I want to communicate this. Um, you can't you can't get the things that you want if you're not being real with yourself. Period. And that's just that on that. I said the next relationship that I get into, I'm not going to settle. I'm going to be pampered, period. Because I know the nurturing, loving, and pampering energy that I give to people. I'm not going to sit here and settle for less than that when, fuck out of here. Ain't no win. Like, I'm just not. I'm not going to settle for that. I'm going to be taking care of the ways that I know my queen ass should be taken care of. I'm not going to say here, I'm not playing games with nobody, so I'm not going to take being played with. I'm not going to accept confusion coming into my life when I know I'm a peaceful ass person. And I know that my peace is not to be fucked with. I worked hard for this. I worked very hard to become the peaceful person that I am. And you can't manifest in confusion. The only thing you're going to manifest is more confusion. So, when you communicate the things that you want, two things are going to happen. One, either the person and the universe is going to show up and give you the things that you want, the things that you're communicating that you need. They're going to help that manifest, and that's that. Period. That's just that. Or you're going to see that person, and yeah, you're going to see that person isn't capable of doing those things for whatever reason. Maybe they're not ready. Maybe they don't care. Whatever their reason is, that's their reason. That's not your business. Mind your business. Your business is you. And the fact that you actively told them what you want. Outside of that, that's not your business. So once you tell a person what it is that you want, if you see that you're still not getting the things that you need, move on. Period. And that's just that on that. We're not playing games with people. We're not doing extra shit. We're not going to sit up here and, oh, well, let me just go ahead and wait and see. No, fuck all that. Fuck all that. And I say that with all the kindness and love in my heart, because all that's going to do is interrupt your peace. Don't let somebody who's confused about what they want and the things that they want to do mess your peace up. You can only worry about you and your universe. If people want to come into your universe, they need to be vibrating on the same planes that you are. And if you decide that you want to accept less, know that you're going to bring down your vibrations, and the things that you're trying to get out of this life and in this world, they're not going to manifest properly the way that you want them to, because you're telling the universe that you're willing to settle. You're willing to not have the things that you say that you want. And you can't be mad at anybody else other than you. You can't go back and be mad at that other person like, oh, well, I gave you what you gave that person a chance, and then you decided to stay when they didn't act on your request. And now that doesn't mean you get to debo people around. Compromise. I don't know how I feel about compromise. Again, I don't know how I feel about compromise because I know I'm a sensible person. I'm a healed person. Like, I know that people make some like crazy ass requests for the people in their lives, their friends and shit. And if you are toxic or they're, you know what I mean? Like, if people are toxic, then yeah, they're probably making unhealthy requests from the people around them. You don't have to cater to anybody that you don't want to cater to, just like that person doesn't have to cater to you. Nobody has to cater to anybody that they do not want to cater to. That being said, like I said, my queen ass is not accepting anything less than being catered to, because I cater to the people around me. Y'all know that y'all call me, y'all text me, y'all tell me when y'all are having issues. I pick up that phone, I text y'all back. I'm just as here for y'all as I can be. And a lot of y'all are complete strangers to me. So if you think that I'm not even more loving and catering to people in my life that are, you know what I'm saying, that are here, that I know, obviously, it's nothing but love. It's nothing but love, whether I know you or not. Therefore, I know what I deserve, and I'm not going to accept anything other than that. I'm not compromising myself. There's certain things I will compromise on, but I'm not going to compromise myself and my standards for myself. Please do the same. Have your standards, know what you want, write that shit down. Write it down. Keep it in a book. Say it to yourself every night. But don't play with yourself. And don't let nobody play with you. Don't let nobody play in your face. Your ancestors will tell you when somebody is for you or when they're playing with you. And if they're playing with you, you can give them the opportunity to make up for that if you like. I'm the type of person, I don't really, at this point in my life, I don't really like being played with. I show up authentic wherever I'm at. So if you don't know who you are, that's on you. But you don't get to play in my face about nothing. I'm not with that shit. That's not for me. What you do is for you. What I do is for me, mommy. So you have to decide what's for you. Also, okay, so let's go back to this trip. So, okay, so dude was put Aries was putting on the music, right? So, like I told him a couple times, I told him twice actually. Like, we told him once to like, can you put on more loving energy, more like different. We're not trying to turn up here. We're trying to. I told him I was trying to create. She told him like, I'm trying to chill. I'm trying to relax. So for a second, he put on a couple different songs, and then it got right back. And it's funny too, because immediately once the song comes on, I can pick up and be like, no. And I said that. I said, no, please change it. And he just kind of still did his own thing. And then I opened my eyes, like he was interrupting the creation that I was doing in my own universe. I was trying to create with him and her, because like I knew the music that I wanted to play. And like I said, I didn't know her. So I was kind of like iffy about whether I should intercede in anything, because they're friends. Like Aries and Aussie were close friends. So, you feel like your friends know their friends. Anyway, So like the energy in my universe would change, and I'm like, yeah, this isn't working for me, right? And then I would open my eyes, and as the songs would play that he was playing, his face would change. Like I could see his energy in his face, and it wasn't pretty. I could feel the confusion that he had in his own self, in his own universe, and it wasn't pretty. And it kind of was like, I don't, you're not going to affect my peace. I don't like this. So I removed myself. I went outside and I continued to, I put on my own music. And baby, when I say the energy there was so beautiful, it was so peaceful and loving and nurturing and boss for me. And at some point I was like my ancestors were telling me also, that was the first time I had been, like, we went to her house. So the first time I had been to her house, right? So when I step outside, I try and take a mental note of where I'm at, but I'm also tripping. So he came outside to check on me, be nice, but he goes back inside and he was like, "Well, come back inside, please. Like, eventually come back inside. Like, I know you're chilling right now, but we still want to be around you, right?" So I try and go back in the house, and I'm sitting outside like, this is the first time I've ever been in this house, and I'm tripping. I don't know which apartment this is. Like, I sat outside for like a good minute, just kind of looking at the people's windows, and white people leave their doors open, so it's not like I wanted to just be trying people's doors, because then I might walk into the wrong people's house, y'all. Which is funny because yeah, you're tripping, but I have a lot of logic where no matter who or where I'm at, you know what I mean? Like, no matter. So I'm sitting here and I'm like, holy shit, I don't know where I'm at. Like, so I call him and he doesn't pick up the phone. So I call him again and he doesn't pick up the phone. So I kind of talk to my ancestors for a second and I'm like, y'all, I don't know which apartment this is. Help me help myself. Um, I'm not gonna say I'm scared because I can always just go get back in the car and continue to be. But I feel like I'm supposed to be like go in there and like kind of chill things out. So I don't know if I'm tripping or what. Well, obviously. So I sat there for a second and I just kind of felt the energy that my ancestors were telling me about. And I ended up going. I tried the door and it happened to be the right door, y'all. So I didn't walk in nobody's. I didn't walk in no white people's house randomly. So I go in and I'm like, yo, why you didn't pick up the phone? And it's quiet in the house, like it's quiet in her apartment. So I'm like, okay, so you just sat there and watched the phone ring twice and just didn't pick up. That's not friendship. I don't like that. That made me feel completely some type of way. And then, like I said, his face kept changing, the energy. So it was like, I feel like this is not a friendship that I want to keep, right? So I go back in the car. I continue manifesting the things that I wanted for myself in this world. And then something told me to go back in again. That and I needed to go to the bathroom. So I ended up going back inside to go to the bathroom or whatever. And he ended up going outside at that point. He was like, well, I'm going to let y'all have your little girl time and get to know each other and blah, blah, blah. Right. So he goes outside to call whoever the hell he needed to call and talk to. And then she and I stay inside and I'm talking to her and she's like, thank God, because he was just so noisy. And I was like, yeah, I thought it was just me. Honestly, I thought that y'all were like vibing up here. So I didn't want to interrupt that with what I had going on. And she was like, no, like, I love him. He's like a brother to me, but at the same time, that like the energy that he's on, he's so confused. And I was like, oh my God, again, I thought it was just like, yo, okay, cool. I'm glad I'm not like the stuff you pick up on in that spirit realm it really is true in this realm. And she's, talked for a second, and I was like, well, do you mind if I put my music on? Because I can tell you what I've learned, and you can kind of create your own universe and manifest the things that you want. And the energy that the music gives you, it helps to create those things. Because everything, like I said, everything needs, I tell you all the time, everything in this world wants love. Everything is energy, and if you give it the proper energy, and you give yourself the proper time, you can heal yourself and create whatever the hell you want to, right? I had left my phone downstairs in his car, so I went got the phone, came back, and she and I continue to manifest and be so peaceful and quiet for, like, we talked maybe a little bit more occasionally, but for the most part, we were just really peaceful and very quiet and just listening to the music and vibed in our own places. And you know what I'm saying? Let it happen like that. Which I thought was very funny because I was able to create, again, I had been around him and I know I'm still getting to know him, but or I was still getting to know him. Like I said, once you pick up on certain things, it's best to just let that go. So anyway, um, it was funny to me that, like, I literally met her a couple hours before, and I was able to vibe and create with and around her, and yet here it is someone else who you've been around all week and not so much. So that's why I say, if you pick up on certain things, pay attention to what you pick up on, because that is the universe communicating with you. Don't neglect that, because you're neglecting yourself when you do that. You're neglecting your ancestors when you do that, because I don't know who the hell y'all think is talking to y'all. When your gut tells you something, when your spirit tells you something, that's your ancestors speaking to you. So why play yourself? Like, of course things can change, nothing is written in stone. People change. People can become aware of their own, you know what I'm saying, just like you're becoming aware of yourself. But pay attention to those things, because if you have friends that are around you, you have you have a job that you go to, whatever it is, if that energy is not correct, it's going to affect your peace. And again, do you not deserve peace? Do you not deserve love and happiness? That's up to you what you feel like you deserve. But if you decide to settle, don't be mad when you don't get it, because you've already communicated to the universe that, hey, I'm lackadaisical about it. So it's whatever. My universe is not whatever. You do not get to come into my universe and affect shit in this motherfucker unless it's going to be with positivity and love and nurturing energy. And that's just that on that. Period. I, I suggest highly that y'all get that shit together and y'all do the same for yourselves, because you deserve that. To me, you deserve that. But you have to know it for yourself, honey. Can't nobody know that for you. You have to know that for yourself. All right. So I think I done talked enough. And y'all, y'all know about my trips now. um, don't judge me. Actually, y'all can judge how y'all want. I don't care. It's not my business. My business is myself, and to handle myself accordingly for the way I want my universe to be. Yours is for you to do you. You don't have to like what I do. Nobody has to like what I do but me, really, because I'm the one who has to live with me. They don't make bunk bed caskets. Like, you came in this world alone. Know that you will leave it alone. You can love whoever you want, enjoy whoever you want, entertain whoever you want while you're here. But at the end of the day, you have to have peace within yourself. You have to have joy within yourself. And if you don't have those things, you can't get mad when other people come into your life and they don't have those things either. Because that's how you chose to show up in the world. With my pillow so I can do these cards for y'all. But yeah, you choose how you show up in this world. Nobody can choose that for you. So I suggest that y'all choose to show up in a way that reflects queen energy, reflects that you won't settle. Ooh. The devil card showed back up again. I know y'all remember we got him last week. Okay. All right. So we got Justice reverse, the Queen of Wands reverse, the Hanged One reverse, the Devil, Five of Pentacles, Ace of Wands, and the Star reversed. Give me a minute. Okay. So I'll let y'all know right now. We kind of have a trying week ahead of us, but not really. I don't know how to describe this. Like, okay, justice, justice upside down. So, justice, you see, she has the scales of balance. Well, the way she has the scales of balance and a sword in the other hand, but she's upside down. So, life is out of balance this week. You may be receiving unfair treatment from the people around you, the situations that you're in. And you may also feel like you have a loss of voice. You're going to be dealing with people being dishonest with you. Um, find your voice. Remember who you are. Bring balance back to the situation, if you will. Remember your needs. We also have the Queen of Wands, who, again, when she's upright, she's facing us directly, legs crossed like the baddie that she is, has her wand. Her wand is prospering. You see that she has leaves on her wand. She's holding the sunflower, and sunflowers face the sun. But because she is upside down, because she is upside down, you may be feeling controlled due to other people's influence and other people's unnecessary interactions with you. People are going to be extra with you for no reason, basically. And all of it's going to be very unnecessary. But then again, this goes back to our justice card and us saying you need to find your voice. You find your voice. You recognize your needs. You might be dealing with, well, we might deal with, well, how do I say this? There's going to be a need for organization. Organize your thoughts, organize your life, make sure your space is clean so that the energy can flow directly through your home, through your car, that nothing is stagnant around you. There's a need for there's a need for organization, but disorder will rule if you do not pay attention. You may also be feeling fears of rejection, dealing with people breaking promises. This card deals with our third eye, our intuition, and our throat chakra. So this is why I say speak up for yourself. Face where she's facing, face who you are, face your issues. Face, and I'm not going to say battle them, because the rest of the cards say that this is not necessarily the things that we're going through. They're not necessarily things that we have to battle, but they are things that we have to address and face head on. So we also got the Hanged One, who looks right side up, but she's actually upside down in reality, because she is reversed. Revise your expectations. Let go of the things that don't serve you. Let go of the way that you think things should be. You might need to liberate yourself from obligations that you have already, uh, like they might have started off, things might have started off really lovely, but that's also where our devil card comes into. That's also where our devil card comes into. Things might have started off very lovely for you, but you're starting to see that everything is not the way that it seems. And that's okay. That's perfectly okay. But that devil card is saying, let that shit go. Walk away from it. Walk away from what doesn't serve you, but know what you want. Know what doesn't serve you. You have to be vocal about you have to communicate what you want and what you feel serves you. You have to be aware of yourself to know what doesn't serve you and what does. It's okay to let go of obligations that don't serve you. It's okay to let go of people that don't help you progress in life, that are stagnant in their own lives. Because if you bring stagnation into your life, all it's going to do is fuck your stuff up, which is why I say organization. It's organization is key. If you see that you're adding things that in spaces that don't need to be added, which metaphorically for your life as well, your spirit as well, you're just going to mess up the way the energy flows, and that's not cool. Then we have the Five of Pentacles, which you see they're dealing with the cold. And yes, they are protected from the cold, but it's still very uncomfortable. Neither one of them look comfortable. But what this does say is that you're going to encounter someone who is willing to go through the cold with you. You're not doing it by yourself, which is a good thing. So while you may be getting rid of people and situations, bad energy that have been there before, and you're seeing that they don't serve you, you're going to get good energy back in to replace it. And then we have the Ace of Wands. We've had this card before. Ancestors are going to give you a helping hand. They're going to give you a little bit of magic, a lot of magic actually, to help further your creativity along. Make sure you're paying attention to your third eye. Make sure you're paying attention to spirit this week so that you're not missing on opportunities and blessings that are coming to you. And then we end with the Star. So it's not all bad at all. Nothing is ever all bad. Make sure you're loving on yourself extra this week when the trying times come. Because if you're paying attention and you let go of the things that aren't supposed to be there, it'll be a lot easier to transition into that Ace of Wands and into this Star card. As you see, we have a lovely maiden, bush all full between the legs, baby. That might not be a good thing in this day and age, but back then it was a beautiful thing. So the noonie is giving us good energy. The water is giving us good energy. The star is shining above her, on her. This is a card of beauty, of prosperity, and of creativity. Walk away from what doesn't serve you so that what does can come in easily. If you hold on to what doesn't serve you, you're not going to have room for the blessings that are in store. So let that shit go, and please let it go easily, please, so that you can pour out your blessings and be abundant this week. All right. Also, I had to correct myself because last week I think I said Venus was in retrograde, and it's not. Uranus is. Uranus. Oh, snap. All right. I'm hungry, and y'all know how I get when I get hangry, so I'm gonna go eat. I hope you have a beautiful week. I hope everybody is blessed. I did not tell y'all where y'all can find me, so excuse me. You can find me at Fly Double Y Queen Bee with the Cash App, with Twitter, with Instagram, and it's Bad Bella Bad for Snapchat. I do want to thank everybody who has donated to me this week. and bless me with your testimonies and kind of let me know like what's been going on with y'all. Um, if you need a little bit of extra loving and just some good energy, y'all know y'all can always, always, always hit the inbox. And I am here for you in any way that I can be. Don't forget to breathe. Don't forget to take time for yourself. I love y'all. Love, peace, and y'all know the rest.